One of the most winning surfers on the tour, 12 CT victories. But in this heat, you'd have to say that she is probably, up against it. Johanne Defay's been in incredible form, and Bronte, no easy beat out here.
As we see Johanne up and riding.
Yeah, Johanne Defay with a big float here. She's going to step off, eject out of that one. But yeah, this is the big one. Johanne's had a magic run so far this season.
100%. We'll get back to that as we see Sal.
Wants to get off to a good start here, Fitzgibbons. A must-win situation for her. She winds through a couple of turns, just chipping away now, hoping this wave stands up for a big finish. Clean little roundhouse there. But yeah, don't know if there was the kind of fireworks that's going to take that score into the excellent range.
He didn't make it through, but still had a heat total of 15 as we break this one down, Matt.
Yeah, so one heat on, one heat off in terms of the sets today. So Sally just pulling the trigger on this. She got a lot done. Didn't offer anything of those critical sections, but really manufacturing a score. It'll be the most considerable number of the heats so far. And she's good for a fifth, a third, or a victory out here, as we know.
Oh, Bronte Macaulay, late drop there. And just can't regain her balance. And she falls, just gifting that priority back to Johanne Defay on the outside. Yeah, but those quarterfinal places have been few and far between in recent years. So Fitzgibbons needing to go a long way through the draw. She's the most winning surfer out there, though. I mentioned those 12 CT wins. Bronte hasn't had a victory on the championship tour, but the surfing has always been worthy of a victory, and probably couldn't think of a better place for her to do it than right here at home.
I leave here all the time for Hawaii. Northern Hemisphere winter's amazing as we see Sal.
Fitzgibbons, a 4.67. Puts herself up in the second spot. And that's going to open the door for a bit of a shift up in the order of things here as Johanne Defay goes after one of these top two spots. Oh. Nice big hit there from the surfer representing France. And she'll just finish this one right off on the inside. That one big turn in that ride. They're surfing at this venue in particular. But Shero, really keen surfer. Great surfing family that he's from. A freak out at the box, but has such a good read on main break.
Yeah, he does. He's got a really good read on main break, especially those right-handers. I know every time I go out in the free surf, I'm like, where are you sitting, Shero? I might just go buddy on up next to you. I know I'm going to be catching a lot of waves. But yeah, he's definitely got it figured out, so really good person. And how is that hack? That was a sick turn.
Yeah.
Love that. Just back arm in the face of the wave. From this angle, it was hard to tell from that angle behind when you're watching just how critical it was.
She sealed the deal with a victory with her amazing backhand. But I just feel like Johanne Defay at any reef break, rock or coral, she's going to always be a threat. Here goes Sally Fitzgibbons in this must-win heat. Just hasn't been able to really put it together on a wave just yet.
But then in more recent years, good friend of mine, Courtney Conolog, always done so well out here as we look at Sal.
Yeah, Sally on that list already. In the more recent history, a victory here for her in 2017.
Tricky fat waves so well. Rob Bain does a really good job at Avalon to this day, and I think a lot of those goofy footers from the 80s and 90s and the 2000s had such a dynamic repertoire, and they're able to adapt to poor and good waves as well.
Oh, Bronte Macaulay putting it on the line, body and board on that final section.
Ali's tapered off a little bit, so this is that replay. So Bronte lining this one up and digging in there, so a nice opening arc there. And you see this wave really rearing itself up, just pumping down the line, and she goes up, inverted there, and she comes down with it. Full commitment, actually lands on her board, and is unable to ride out. Super shallow there.
She made that last turn. She was on her way to a very good score. Super critical, out the back now.
Would have been one of the biggest finishes we've seen on that end section as Johanne Defay looks to get rid of a two here to go after the number one position.
You're going to say that's going to go excellent.
Johanne out the back behind her. So Johanne trying to drop that 2-point ride with that two-turn combo. I'd say she's
competitor this year. Sally Fitzgibbons up on the outside. Winds through that first carve. Steeper section here. Punches through the pocket of the wave and now goes to the rail, but just loses it riding out of that final turn.
And this was Sal out the back behind Johanne. In my opinion, Sally's looking like things are flowing a bit better on this wave. She's looking a bit more connected. Gets up into the lip for that second turn. Another carving maneuver there, but just a little bit of the wobbly boot on.
And she did so well to grind a 5.33 out of it, as we see Johanne now. Nice first section, gets that combination completed. Manages to get back out in front of it, but this wave is just about done its business.
6.33 as we break down this one.
Yeah, so landing into that turn there and projecting up onto the lip line. So Johanne finding those critical sections, really able to capitalize on it. So wave selection definitely in Johanne's favour. Wow, so many waves.
A lot of waves being ridden. Sally Fitzgibbons mixing things up here. Really look like she has clicked back into rhythm now. As she gets the combination pieced together. She was in third spot, looking for a 5.11.
Sally picking those ones that run off a little bit more. This one was a little bit more like it. This turn here, bit of variety, dropping that backhand. And this one still running along the reef. A little bit more drama than her first wave. Live action with Bronte.
Bronte just works her way around the bottom of the bowl of the wave here to set up those critical hits on the pocket. Bronte, you know, she was on her way to an excellent number earlier. Took probably the heaviest wipeout that we've seen in the event, just attempting a big end section hit. And sizing this one up, it is going to be Sally Fitzgibbons opting to go here. Trying to improve on a 5.33, has a lot of speed. Sally always working on her airs, and she's going to fail to stick this one. Just under 12 minutes to go. Just how strong she's been over the years. But she's showing us that, you know, she really wants to be here in recent times. Emotional after graduating back to the CT ranks with a strong performance on the Challenger Series last year. Here's a replay of all three of these competitors are kind of having a hard time setting that rail through that first turn. As a result, we've got some pretty compressed scores. Sally Fitzgibbons went to the air earlier on. She's got a big section here to deal with. And she's going to hang on, is she not? Yes!
Unreal.
What a move from Fitzgibbons. Completely unpredictable. I mean, the air, it showed some progression, something that Sally's constantly working on.
If there was any critique of Sally earlier, getting those smaller waves, she's defied it now. Look at this, leaning into this turn and snapping that back. So the fins drifting. She goes into that layback and she pulls it on one of the meatiest section of the day. All power and controlled slide there from Sally. Hits the lip line. Wow, inverted. She's got it all there. Drama. I think the judge is going to eat this one up. This was a fantastic wave there for Sally. One of the greatest ambassadors for Australian women's surfing. In fact, women's surfing of all time. And she still has it.
Love it. Just let me put my eyeballs back in my head. Here goes Bronte Macaulay now. She's going to need a much bigger number, you'd think, as this one steps out. But, you know, we talked about this event, you know, when people are up against the ropes, coming out swinging, and Sally's just throwing a haymaker on that last ride. And we're waiting on the scores to come through as Johanne Defay just lays down a little float right over the top of one of the competitors. I can't wait to see the replay of this turn from Sally. They're giving it the big chef's kiss. Sally Fitzgibbons going excellent with that turn. 8.17. Johanne Defay floating right in the...
8.17, one manoeuvre, putting it all on the line. Here she goes again.
Well, let's see what else she can throw at us now that her confidence is just going to be flying high. 8.17 on her last ride. Good section here. Digging in.
Yeah. This is a replay of that wave, and this is the wave just after that 8.17. So nice opening wrap there, and snaps that one up in the lip. So a lot of drama, and she's really in that flow state right now.
Showing us that she's still got more to give in the jersey, as Bronte Macaulay now looks to overtake Johanne Defay now. She's after a 7.37, Bronte. 4.5 minutes to go.
She started a little sleepy and behind the ball, and Bronte on the answer back. So nice first turn, and starting to line this one up, but the turbulence out there, it's lifted up a notch, a little more period in the swell.
Sally Fitzgibbons, she's always got impeccable technique, but she's pushed it to the point of losing control and just had the strength to hang on to it. It almost looked a little awkward at one point, but I just love how raw it was, that turn. That was undeniable. This is going to be a tricky situation.
This is not good.
Yeah, Johanne had priority, and just Bronte had no idea on the inside.
Not even a look over the shoulder. Just, I'm going. Oh, no.
Down in third, chasing a 7.4. They both know. Accustomed with that single turn excellent range score, but she's proving us wrong here at the in the highlight years of her career.
Well, have a look at this one too for Sal. Another quality wave. She'd already put a 7.37 on the board, and this one might be better than that. Fitzgibbons struggling for rhythm early on. She certainly took a lot of rides to find it, but we do have a priority interference, and that has been called.
Just looking amazing. She's looking connected, got great flow, and just the progression. I'm so blown away.
Really awesome. Bronte Macaulay, she suffered an interference, so she's going to lose her second score. That's showing up now. So Johanne Defay and Sally Fitzgibbons are moving on in the event. This former winner at this venue has shown us that she could be a major threat here, even when all the pressure is on her shoulders. Two excellent numbers, a very healthy heat score total to get the jump on one of the form surfers at the moment, Johanne Defay.